My men, today we walk into a subject that has shaped the course of our lives more than any other. A subject that reached us first through the teachings of Bob Proctor, and then revealed its deepest wound inside our own hearts. Today, we speak about self-abandonment. Not as an idea, not as a metaphor, but as the silent war every man fights, and the war most men continue to lose. Because no man suffers more deeply than the one who has betrayed himself. Bob Proctor handed us a doctrine powerful enough to wake the dead, a doctrine that teaches that we live according to our self-image, and that this self-image determines every choice, every habit, every victory, and every defeat. But there was a missing piece. Something that explained why so many men knew the truth, yet could not apply it. Why men read books, yet remain broken. Why they receive wisdom, yet stay in darkness. Why they desire greatness, yet keep crawling in circles. And the missing piece is this: a man abandons himself long before the world abandons him. He breaks his own promises. He disrespects his own boundaries. He ignores his own gut. He kneels before fear. He trades his dignity for the approval of strangers. He chooses distraction over purpose, pleasure over progress, and silence over truth. And he wonders why life punishes him. My men, listen carefully. To choose to abandon oneself is the most cruel and violent act a human being can experience. More violent than betrayal from others. More violent than heartbreak, loss, or humiliation. Because the blade is forged inside you, and the wound is carved by your own hand. Self-abandonment is a double-edged sword. It cuts inward first, and outward second. It destroys your inner world, and then it destroys your outer world. It poisons your emotions, and then poisons your relationships. It weakens your self-image, and then weakens your entire life. This truth did not come from theory. It came from experience, from years of pain, from wandering without direction, from letting the inner child lead the ship, from living as the anima when the animus had not yet risen. And yet, through all of this, Bob Proctor gave us a doorway. A man becomes what he thinks about. But what does a man think about when he has already abandoned himself? He thinks chaos. He thinks fear. He thinks unworthiness. He thinks defeat. and infinite intelligence, always listening, reflects that image back to him. A man who thinks of himself as broken becomes broken. A man who thinks of himself as weak becomes weak. A man who thinks he deserves nothing receives nothing. This is why Proctor's teachings alone are not enough. They are powerful, but a man must repair the foundation they stand on. Self-image cannot evolve while self-abandonment continues. You cannot climb a ladder whose legs you keep kicking out from beneath you. You cannot receive guidance from infinite intelligence while you wage war against your own soul. My men, hear this with seriousness. When a man abandons himself, his inner child learns to fear him, and his adult self loses all respect for him. And this is the birthplace of every nightmare. The inner child, fragile, desperate, longing for guidance, looks up and sees a man who cannot protect him. A man who cannot say no. A man who kneels before circumstances instead of shaping them. A man who runs from responsibility instead of standing tall. This child becomes chaotic. He panics, he seeks validation. He seeks pleasure. He seeks escape. And he commands the ship because no adult self is present to lead. That is the moment a man becomes lost. But something extraordinary happened. Something that changed everything. A merging of Bob Proctor's doctrine and the revelation of self-abandonment that came to us in the harshest of winters. Through adversity, through reflection, through pain and mistakes, something awakened inside. A realization that struck like thunder. You cannot build a new self-image until you stop betraying the one you already have. And so the work began. Not for glory, not for recognition, not for applause, but out of necessity. Because life does not wait, and the battles ahead demand a man who is whole. And this is why the men listening today, you are hearing these words now. You were not present at the beginning of this discovery, but you are present now because you are ready. Ready to stop abandoning yourselves. Ready to stop kneeling before fear. Ready to stop living as your anima and rise into the animus that infinite intelligence designed you to be. Bob Proctor gave us the structure. Life gave us the battlefield. And self-abandonment revealed the enemy. But the victory belongs to you. Because now you see it plainly. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you abandon yourself. Every time you scroll instead of act, you abandon yourself. Every time you break a promise to your inner child, you abandon yourself. Every time you tolerate disrespect, chaos, or misalignment, you abandon yourself. And every time you abandon yourself, your self-image collapses. Your confidence dissolves. Your life decays. My men, today we choose a different path. A path built on self-respect. A path built on truth. A path built on the doctrine that saved us and will save you now. A man must never abandon himself again. From this moment forward, say no when you mean it. Stand when you feel fear. Lead yourself when the world gives you nothing. Honor your word. Protect your boundaries. Strengthen your self-image. Reconnect with infinite intelligence. And rise slowly, deliberately, proudly into the man you were always meant to become. Your growth, your strength, your transformation is not for show. It is because you deserve to be whole. Let this be the day you reclaim yourselves. Let this be the day your self-abandonment dies. Let this be the day you rise with a new image, a new purpose, a new fire. Self-abandonment was the root of all your inner pain. Self-respect will be the root of all your future power. Act now, not tomorrow, not later. Now. You are men. You are capable. You are rising. And you shall never abandon yourselves again.